In our previous video, we really didn't do justice to seeing how the change from the 2 amp NCE Power Cab over to the SB5 Smart Booster that's a 5 amp, we really didn't verify the difference in performance with these Broadway limited F-7s that have been recently released. We'll do a valid test showing beginning where we are with the PowerCab at 2 amps, and then we'll see the results from the 5 amp power SB5 Power Booster. So currently, this is an ABA set. The A's are both powered. Currently, the units are using 0.14 amps of power at idle. So first, we're going to see how the units perform going through the speed trap at speed step 1 of 128. Okay, this is speed step 1 of 128 on the NCE Power Cab 2 amp. .5 scale miles per hour. Okay, now we're going to run the locomotive through at speed step 35, which is the same intermediate speed we used in our previous test. And then after we get it up to the top of the layout, we'll go ahead and go to 126 out of 128 to see what our top speed is on the 2 amp NCE Power Cab. Okay, 35 speed step out of 128. It's 15 scale miles per hour. Now we're going to ratchet it up to 126 out of 128. See what our top speed is on the NCE Power Cab at 2 amps. There's 126 out of 128. Here it comes through the speed trap. 75 scale miles per hour. This is back down to 35 speed step of 128, coming back into the yard. Scale miles per hour. Okay, so now then we're going to switch over to the SB5 amp power booster from NCE. Now we hooked up the NCE Smart Booster, which is the SB5, which is the 5 amp booster. And we're going to see how the performance has changed, if any. So we're going to go through the speed step 1 of 128. See if our baseline speed has changed any. During our pause there, I used one of my tricks. One of the couplers on the F unit had lost its spring, and so I took some 560 canopy glue, put a new spring on the coupler, and then I put a dot of 560 canopy glue on each of the springs between the knuckle and the spring, and now then I shouldn't ever lose one of those springs again. So we have 2.5 miles an hour, which is really no change. So then we're going to run it up to speed step 35, which is our baseline speed. Okay, speed step 35 at 128. Now coming up the hill, and you can hear the rolling thunder kicking in and notching up the throttle. Okay, the TMP F-7s made by Broadway Limited, which is their most recent run, are coming into the yard, and we're going to see what their speed is going through the trap at speed step 35. Speed step 35 gives us 16 scale miles per hour. Now we're going to ratchet up the speed to 126 of 128. Okay, 126 of 128. Scale miles per hour. Okay, we're slowly slowing it down. So what we seem to have learned is that the 5 amp power booster is increasing the amperage that can be delivered to the track. So I think this pretty well concludes the comparison between the NCE Power Cab on 2 amps and buying a NCE SB5 Smart Booster, which is 5 amps and removes the operational problems. So with that, thank you for watching, and happy railroading. If you have any comments, please make them in the comments, and appreciate any subscribes. Thank you.